Assalamu alaikum and welcome again to ChadNass TV. I hope you are keeping well and you have spent a nice day. Today, and as I promised you in my previous video, I said that I'm going to talk about the second part or the second type of a lecture, which is a formal lecture. As we can understand from the word, the name formal, and we can say that it's something more professional and it deals with some specific purposes. So when you write a formal lecture, you have to be more specific and talk about a specific goal that you should have in mind. And bear in mind that it is professional, and maybe you can write this lecture for business purposes or some professional objectives. So you should be clear and try to use clear language and try to choose your words in order to be easily understood and clearly understood. So, as you may see, and as we did with informal lecture, we should also pay attention to the format of this lecture. It means I'm talking about formal lecture. So the same thing like we did with informal. So we're going to talk also about a kind of format of formal lecture. So this is your paper on which you are supposed to write your lecture. Now, we have to respect this format or this order. So here on the top right corner of your paper, you are going to write what? You are going to write your address, sender address. And then you skip a line, write a date, okay? Then when you finish this part, you move to the left side of the paper and you write here the receiver's address, to whom you are addressing, to whom you are writing your lecture. Then below you are going to start with salutation. And because it is a formal lecture, it's not like informal. You are not talking, you are not addressing to a friend or someone else, but we have to choose some expressions or some salutations like what? Like dear sir, for example, dear sir, or dear madame, for example, here, madame. So, then, when you finish this short salutation, we're going to move to subject. Subject, what do you mean by subject here? Subject is subject, here this one, is you present the subject, okay? Introduce the subject of your lecture. Example, we're going to say, for example, that I'm writing this lecture to you because I've heard of a job. For example, if you are applying for a job or for grants, yes, you are going to say in one line, for example, it should be short, in one line that you're going to talk about the subject of this lecture. It means what is the subject of this lecture in a one sentence or two. Then when you finish the subject, you are going to move to this part. And this part is very important. We can call this, look, we have introduction, we have the body, and let's call it a development, and then conclusion. We can call this part as a body text. As a body text. Okay, it's not clear, sorry. I'm going to write it again. Body text. You may notice here, it's a text, means it contains many paragraphs. So we understand that we are going to use in the following step, we are going to write 3 paragraphs. Introduction, So what do we need in this introduction? This introduction, now here, the body text. So we have the first part, introduction. What should contain this paragraph or this introduction? It should be, first of all, it should be short. This introduction should not be too long. And it should be, for example, it should be short. And then you have to mention, and you have to mention the what? The purpose. Okay. The purpose of what? Of your lecture. Of your lecture. Means here we have subject, means you talk about why. Now the purpose, why you are writing this lecture. What do you need? What is your purpose behind writing this lecture? For example, you can say that you tend to have a job in this company, for example, or you are tending to be a member in an association, for example. So you are going to mention the purpose of your lecture. And the second paragraph, which is here, the body. Okay, the body. See here, the body. So we are going to what? Because here in the first, you say, I want to, for example, to be a member in this association. Now you finish this. Now in the body, you are going to develop. You are going to develop what? You are going to give some details, or let's say information relevant to the purpose, or link it to the purpose. Means you are going to give some details about you. For example, I have this qualification, and I have done some training, the years in this company, for example. So you are going to give some information about you yourself, okay, which is linked to the purpose. You say the purpose. For example, what did you say about the purpose? You want to have this job, for example, or you want to have this grant or anything. Okay. So after finishing the body, you are going to here the body, and then yes, the body, and then the third, which is conclusion. Conclusion. What is conclusion here? You are going to finish this body text by, for example, you have explained I want this job, for example, and I have this qualification, and I am able to do this. In the conclusion, you are going to express something. You are going to express that you hope that the receiver, I mean to whom you are addressing, would, this is very important, this one, would react positively to what? Sorry, to your suggestion, for example, your suggestion. Means you are going to say, at the end, I hope you take these things into consideration, and I am hoping to receive a positive answer from you like this. So this is what you can do in the conclusion, okay? So we finish now the this body text. Now we move to what? To closing, and because it's a formal letter, we should be more polite. We should choose our words, and the best way to close this letter is by using, for example, expression like this. Finish your by saying yours faithfully, okay, or yours sincerely, and then sign your name here, and that's all. Now we have finished our formal lecture, and I hope you have understood well what should we do in writing a formal lecture. I have to say again that you have to respect this formal order on your paper. So please, again, I say that if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me or write this on your commentaries. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe and ring the bell. Thank you.